Welcome to the channel. This is Nick, and this is Rightly Dividing the Word of Truth. If you're new here, chances are Sam Shimon or JP the Uncut led you here, and for that I want to publicly thank them once again. I recorded a YouTube short earlier today thanking them, but I wanted to do a longer form video introducing my channel, introducing myself, and once again thanking them for their support and for their promotion. Just a little bit of background. I know Sam from back in the day when we were both blogging regularly. He had a wonderful website, Answering Islam, tons of articles. It's crazy to think that out of 8 point something billion people on the planet, Sam Shamoon is the best at dismantling the arguments in favor of Islam. The best. Imagine being the best at something in the entire world. Thank God for that. Thank God for this brother and for his ministry. But we go way, way back. We used to interact with one another through blogs, through emails. We would share resources. We would run ideas past one another, arguments, and learn from one another. It was iron sharpening iron. He's a treasure. He's a great treasure. And we reconnected recently. Actually, he doesn't even remember this, but about a year ago, I emailed him after seeing an interview he did with Matt Fradd on Pints with Aquinas. And I thought to myself, like, man, I haven't thought about Sam in ages. Let me see if his email's the same, check in and see how he's doing. So I emailed him, said, hey, it's Nick. Don't know if you remember me. Saw your interview, just wanted to say hi. Glad you're doing well, so on and so forth. And he just emailed me back and said, hey, good to hear from you. Doing well. Hope you are as well. And that was the gist of it. I don't even think Sam remembers that. But I started doing YouTube videos a few months back because I came across a video from Corey Minor from Smart Christian's Life in which he was calling Sam Shamoon a heretic. And what he was calling him a heretic about was not heresy at all. So I said, you know what? Let me make a video responding to Corey, kind of clearing up what I think he misunderstood and hopefully explaining it in a different way to get rid of any confusion. Well, that led to a friend of mine coming into my barbershop and telling me that, he was surprised that I would be defending these things as a Protestant. And I shared with him, well, I'm not really a very good Protestant. I'm leaning Orthodox. And then he sent me a couple of videos from a guy that calls himself I Think Biblically. And one of his videos was calling Sam Shamoon a heretic for teaching a works-based salvation. So I made another video. And then fast forward a couple of months, and I start seeing this young guy, JP the Uncut, and he has these live streams and he has on all of these guests, and there's great conversations and debates. And then I see him do a couple of videos on Sam Shamoon, namely on Intercession of the Saints. So I jump in there, and in one of the videos I say, look, I'm not an apologist for Sam Shamoon, right? Sam is capable of defending himself. What I'd like to do, though, is offer an alternative voice, an alternative perspective, and where people misunderstand Sam, maybe they'll understand me. So I did that. So really me getting into YouTube or back into YouTube, because I've had the channel for a number of years, but I was never really active like that, never doing anything serious with it. But Sam is a big reason I got back into this. So now Sam and JP had a little bit of a beef with one another. And Sam had said some things about JP's mother. And when I heard that and saw what was said, I said, listen, I don't support that. I don't think anybody should be doing that. And I don't think it helps his cause. Then I see that JP went to Sam's channel with a spirit of humility. They talked, they learned from one another. And then Sam apologized publicly to JP. And that really warmed my heart because I prayed for that. Because I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, listen, this is a brother that I know is a good brother. And then here's JP, this new guy that I don't know very well. But I could tell from what he's doing and how he handles himself that he's a good brother as well. So for these two to be going back and forth in the way that they were, I really prayed for reconciliation. And it came quick. Thank God that it did. So now Sam appears on JP's live stream. And I saw him on there and I said, you know what, let me jump on. Right. So I jump on JP's live stream and he lets me in and I'm just there on the bottom of the screen listening to Sam refuting these they were, I don't even know what to call them. There were all types of people in there denying the Trinity. You had some that were uh, Arians or semi-Arians. You had some that seemed like modalists. You had some that just seemed super confused and didn't know what they believed. But Sam, he's over there handling them all. And the brother really has a gift. I mean, it's quite amazing. It's like total recall of scripture. I don't know if he has a photographic memory or what. And he's anticipating every argument and refuting them before they can even get them all the way out. And I was just enjoying myself. I'm sitting back watching, enjoying the show. And then at a certain point, Sam notices my name and he's like, "Hey, are you the guy who used to have the blog?" And I say, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, wow, man. It's, great to see you."
By the way, I just noticed it's Nick Norelli. Are you the dude with the blog that I used to follow? You're here, brother?
Yeah, it's me, man.
Damn, this guy used to eat up his stuff, man. I miss you, brother. And you're here listening to me rap all my heresies?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Blah, blah, blah. You want to jump in? And I'm like, "Nah, man, I'm just here watching." So JP then says, "Well, why don't you start a live stream and I'll send people over there?" And he helps me get it set up on StreamYard because I'm new to all this. I don't know how the technology works. And he sends a lot of his viewers over there.
Salvation.
Ashanafi.
Yeah.
Would you like to have this conversation on Nick's channel? I'm going to promote his channel right now.
So appreciate you both for promoting me. And then I come to find out that Sam had done a couple of live streams in which he also promoted me, and both of them spoke very kindly of me.
Now, this is before YouTube. This is before live stream. He had a website where he'd be posting regularly on the Trinity. He's one of the most well-read Trinitarians on the Trinity. In his website, he has posts discussing books, heavy tomes by some of the greatest Trinitarian scholars and philosophers. The man is well-read. And it was great seeing him. And the man is very well-read. I said, "Brother, you can be doing this. You can be refuting these guys." He goes, "No, I'm just enjoying it." Great brother, knows the Lord, and he's one of the older internet apologists. Before there was YouTube, Facebook Live, we would write written responses and articles on blogs and posts. He's one of the pioneers. Very knowledgeable about the Trinity. Spent most of his time studying the Trinity in an in-depth scholarly level, not on a lay apologist level. So he is one of the most knowledgeable, well-read Trinitarians on the subject of the Trinity.
Way kinder than I deserve. And in superlatives, he's talking about what a great student of Trinitarian theology I am and things like that. Like, listen, I'm just a guy who's read a few books, right? And the more I learn, the more I realize how little I know. And it's not false humility. That's true. When I was young, I was arrogant and I thought I knew a lot. And the older and more mature I get, is the more I realize just how little I know. There is a world of information that I've not come across yet. But I thank Sam for his kind words. Just 2 points of correction. Sam had said that he heard I became Orthodox.
If I am correct, if I recall correctly, his studying, his journey has brought him out of Protestantism, and he's an Orthodox.
In point of fact, I've not become Orthodox yet. I'm on my way to becoming Orthodox, but I still have some work to do in the church that I'm at. And when God says move, I'll move. It's as simple as that. But I am convinced of the truth of orthodoxy. I am convinced that this is the church that Jesus founded, and the fullness of faith is found in there. And I'm convinced that I will end my life in the Orthodox Church. Second point, Sam called my channel Trinity Talk.
Here it is, Nick Norelli, Trinity Talk.
But that was actually the name of the live stream for that evening. So the name of the channel was Rightly Dividing the Word of Truth. And this goes way back, almost 20 years now, if not 20 years, to my AOL days. So I used to frequent AOL chat rooms when I was a new believer. And coming up this Sunday, August the 11th, I believe it is. I believe Sunday is the 11th. I will have been confessing Christ as Lord for 22 years. 22 years. So probably 2 years into it, I would frequent America Online chat rooms, and I'd dialogue and debate with atheists, with Mormons, with Jehovah's Witnesses, with Socinians, and with other Christians of other denominations, Orthodox, Catholic, Baptist, you name it. So back then, I was much sharper. I was much quicker on my feet. I was much more willing to engage in polemics. I've mellowed out a lot in my old age. But that led way to me creating a homepage on AOL. And the name of that homepage was Rightly Dividing the Word of Truth. Now, somebody left a comment on my channel earlier today talking about how they associate that with dispensationalism. And yeah, most people would. However, that was never my intention when choosing that name. That was a name chosen just to reflect my love for the scriptures and my love for studying, right? So that's what the passage says. It says, study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So those are really the only points of correction. But again, man, I really want to thank these guys for promoting me like that. They didn't have to do it. My subscribers doubled overnight. You know, listen, I appreciate every sub. I appreciate every like. I appreciate every comment, even if it's a comment disagreeing with me. I do not mind interaction and engagement. I just ask that it be done courteously, with respect. I'll try to answer in kind. And I'm just looking forward to becoming part of this community of Christian YouTube content creators. Hopefully, it could mimic some of that magic we had back in the day when there was a community of bloggers who blogged about the Bible and theology. I don't know if that's what it'll be like or not, but yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate all engagement. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. If you'd like to make a video in response to something I said, feel free. Just tag me in it. And yeah, that's where I'm at with it. So once again, welcome. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you want to drop a like, please like it, share it with your friends, and come back. I'll catch you in the next one. God bless.